Alright, welcome to this HonCast.com presentation. I'm BreakyCPK. I'm gonna be your shoutcasting host. Joining me is Phil the Thrill of the HonCastMyself, and this is the TMM match 7687, and we have Team Lady Saphira on the Legion side taking on Team Moo Bees on the Hellborn side in this best of one series. I mean, this is gonna be a big game, you know, just big serious game. So we see a repick right here, even from Walsall. But anyways, first thing first, I'm joined by Phil. How are you doing, Phil?
Let's get it on.
Phil? Oh, sorry, Bricky. My mic was off. So, yeah, you know, and like it's gonna be pretty interesting. You know, there's like the 3 junglers on the Hellborn side and like 1 jungler on the Legion side. So it's like I mean, it's a lot of junglers. You know, that's like 4 junglers in the same game. That's crazy. You know.
Keeper.
I mean, this is gonna be a pretty rough game. I mean, Phil, if you had a prediction to make, I'd go with the Legion side for sure. You know, more balanced team. It'd be much easier for them to actually lane. You know, have a jungler. But we actually have a strat right here from Grey, who's actually spreading out the knowledge with the Keeper mid, which could kind of work. I mean, we can see how this could work, but we'll see. Swift can definitely solo top, you know, is melee hero, sideline solo, that works every time, you know, gains more XP from the denies. We see it happening every time in this level of play. So we see, you know, Deadwood having some trouble. You know, connecting back, he's really struggling right here, and I mean, kind of looks like this Brown player is pretty bad manner, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna unpause right here. Oh yeah, wow, this is unreal. You know, this is weird. You can see like this never happens usually in competitive play. You know, just people being bad manner like that. You can actually gain like a pretty bad reputation, but you know, what can you do? So we see actually Deadwood reconnecting. 450 time left. This is pretty amazing, and we see actually a dual lane with Walsall, who's gonna go bottom, which is, you know, pretty interesting. You know, we can see maybe this is like a new meta game or something. The double range with a big bear in front, you know, is why couldn't it work? So yeah, this is pretty much like Gray says, you know, trial lane. This is like, you know, we could see. What do you think about Walsall, Phil? Well, you know, Bricky, like, Walsall's kind of like Gemini, you know, he's like 2 people, and they're like just as strong, but he gets his second hero at level 1, so, you know, he should be picked way more, like, what the fuck. So, I mean, we're gonna see how it just pans out, you know. So, trial lane versus a solo bottom, this is gonna be pretty rough for the Legion side. We see right there, Tempest actually not denying the first creep, which is pretty interesting, but I mean, I mean, what can you do? Oh, he actually does it later, so his creeps are actually there for longer, which is pretty smart when you think about it. So we see the classic middle matchup, Keeper versus Deadwood right here. You know, we see this all the time. You know, Keeper with actually shit items, and like he actually didn't buy 800 gold of items because he didn't realize this was fucking all random. So, you know, we don't see this mode often. You know, we're used to like banning pick and shit, but you know, all random is fair. You know, it's random for both teams, so you can't complain. You know, it's the most balanced mode when you think about it. No first pick, nothing, just random. Everything's random. So yeah, you know, Bricky, yeah, that makes complete sense when I think about it. I mean, I've actually been thinking about that for long and like really like proposing this mode to major tournament hosts. So I mean, we're gonna see the result of this game is pretty. If it's a good game, I mean, we could for sure see it in the future. So we see right here, you know, Deadwood being pretty bad, actually getting out CS by the keeper. Well, not really, but kind of. You know, he has an hatchet and like 10,000 damage, but still failing some last hits, so pretty pathetic. But what can you do? People are bad at this game, you know. Yeah, unlike me, you know, Breaky, I'm so good at this game. Like, I mean, I just, you know, I am cheering for the Legion team just because they have Legionnaire, you know, like, without that hero they couldn't win, but I mean, it's the best hero in the game, so, I mean, what can you do, so, you know, like, Hellborn really has no chance against, like, the most OP hero in the game, so, it's too bad for them. We see right here, actually,
the creeps in our base. What do you think about that?
wow, Breaky, we actually don't see that often, you know, creeps in the base, so do you see that, or... Well, see, Dangerous Dan actually missed that on the camera, you know, he just... That's kind of weird of him, like, he's pretty good camera. But, yeah, talking about camera, I hope I really won't miss the fucking, like, first blood. I always miss it, you know, but this game I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get it. Like, hopefully, I'm gonna get it, actually. I mean, I'm pretty sure, but I'm pretty sure each game and I still miss it, so what can you do? We actually see Deadwood harassing this keeper after leaving the lane for way too long and actually not getting the rune, so that means the other team, the Legion side, actually has no wards. But Puppet ganking mid with his ace rune on the keeper, who apparently really doesn't give a shit. So, Puppet staying mid with haste, actually stealing XP from this Deadwood, which is a pretty bad decision, and top ganking, Swiftblade going on Behemoth. And is he gonna make it? No, he's not. No, he's not. Strength hero. Damn. Oh well. We see actually Corrupted Disciple doing pretty decent for a 2v1 mid, actually a 3v1 mid. I mean bot, but you know, we're gonna see how this pans out. Maybe he's just leveling, not farming that much. Kinda like this keeper right here, you know. So Puppet heading back top, you know, maybe something's gonna happen this time. Probably not, cause I mean he's level 2, but hey. So we see Keeper hitting level 5, he might actually start pushing the lane. And this is what's happening. Yeah, wow. How do you know that? Oh, you know, I've been watching my matches and actually studying more. So Keeper actually buying a ring, a life tube, you know, which is, you don't see that often. And then top, there's some action top at the pole, which isn't warded by the other team, which is, you know, a big mistake. Can control the lane very easily. So the tower actually already taking some major damage at 4 minutes in with this keeper. And we see bottom lane actually doing pretty decent with the also level 4, which is tied in level with the Corrupted Disciple. So we can tell that the lane is actually pretty dominating. Swiftblade actually getting some pretty good farm. Gonna have his phase boots very soon. Tempest might be ganking right there. He's actually scouting out with his Warlock because he's actually controlling that, you know. Oh yeah, you're right, the Breaky, you know. Oh no! Oh wow, I thought that was a fielder. It's Tempest. No, Breaky. He's not controlling the Warlock, Breaky. Oh wow, that's weird. And worse, initiation on with Swiftblade on Puppet, and he's gonna get the first blood right there. I didn't miss it. This is amazing camera work. Wow. Casting, and you know, wow, this is just amazing. And we see Wildsoul actually trying to rue the keeper yet again and missing for the 5th time this game at least. Keeper hitting level 6 before this Deadwood, but I mean, you know, he can get one-shotted at any time. And we see Keeper actually pressuring the mid tower yet again. Maybe it's gonna fall, maybe not, maybe he's gonna fall. Legionnaire actually finishing in his life tube in the jungle. Spotted by the ward who's blocking the creep spawn on the pole camp, which is great. Great support by Rhapsody for the Hellborn side right there. What a lucky team to have that great support. And actually the defensive tier 1 tower is actually gonna fall right here to Keeper. And he's actually getting denied. What is this? Puppet Master maining up on this Keeper. Keeper ulting, killing this Puppet. Already, Deadwood actually manning up on this Keeper. Keeper has no boots, he's gonna die, but Swiftblade's actually coming in. And maybe actually he's gonna kill Deadwood right here. Can't tell right now. It's gonna be pretty close. Oh, he's actually gonna kill it. Big kill by Swiftblade right here, manning up on the tier 2 tower at level 6. That's some balls right there, Phil. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I wouldn't have done it, you know, that was way too risky for me, you know. But, I mean, if it works for him, that's great. I mean, that's great. So, yeah. So down at the bottom lane, we see Walsall actually getting some stat items, which is pretty debatable on his hero, but I mean, who's gonna tell him, you know? Corrupted Disciple actually getting some phase boots down there at bottom, and Puppet has boots and the infamous Grave Locket, which is said to be the worst items by some and the best items by others, so it's kinda hard to argue right here, but you know, we're just gonna stay until like everyone that it's a pretty decent item for now, you know, you're getting pretty good stats. The cost might be a little too high, but I mean you get that 10 seconds which can make a big difference and might be invaluable in any fight. Yeah, you're right, Bricky. I mean that's pretty much what I think about the item too. Well, I mean Phil, if you're gonna just say that, just don't talk, you know, that's just stupid. Oh, Bricky, like don't start like being like aggressive on me and stuff. I mean I'm here for competitive insight, you know, Bricky, so. Oh, and actually some bad manner talk coming out on the Elborn team from this Rhapsody. He's calling people jackass, which is pretty rough, you know, it just kinda hurt some people's feelings right here. So we see Keeper right here with his illusion and his ult ready and all his minions. He's actually gonna man up on Corrupted Disciple, but his team is actually following up. And Corrupted Disciple is gonna get mega fucked by all these illusions and he dies instantly. Big support by Rhapsody again, who's just like, you know, he's just amazing player, you know. We've seen it time and time again, you know, fucking Floetic, you know, just one of the best support players in the scene. So just proving himself right here once again. So we see this defensive tier 1 tower, you know, it's gonna fall. I can't see it not falling right here. It's going down. There's no token of whatever it's called, you know. And it's actually falling to this brown player named HonCastMyself. So that's kind of weird name, but you know, it happens from time to time. You see those weird names and they actually come out on the scene, you know, like My Nuts and stuff like that. It's just, you know, all the same thing. So is the Keeper actually keeping the push on bot? He's probably gonna die right here. He hasn't learned his, you know, he hasn't learned his invis still and has no boots. He's actually buying them right now on the courier. So we're gonna see what he does right here. Is he gonna man up on the tower? Because there's only one person top, and Swiftblade picking off more people like the real, like, pro he is, you know, just... Oh, and we see the right here, Legionnaire maining up on this Keeper with no creeps around. This Keeper is in deep shit. Is he gonna level from a creep and learn his invis? That'd be pretty big plays, you know. It's not gonna happen. He's actually probably gonna die to this Legionnaire who has no boots as well, but this Walsall's actually might save him. And the chicken is in really deep shit. And the Keeper finally falls. Walsall actually big micro right there. You know, falling back with his hero, falling back with his bear after, and he actually lives. This Keeper was definitely greedy right here. It's kind of like he's not there. We've never seen that from HonCastMyself. You know, he's just always on the ball with everything, and now it's kind of like he's doing something else. What do you think, Breaky? Yeah, that's right. The brown player seems pretty absent from the game. You know, it's just like I mean, like mismicroing his creep sometimes, and I mean, we never seen that happen from him before. Like he's just a micro all-star, so it's kind of weird that he missed that and just died for no reason right there. Yeah, about that, like, you know, we actually see Keepers actually going for invis at level, like, you know, getting one in Entmoot and one in invis usually, but not this time. And we see big Tempest ult right there at the top, Swiftblade spinning, TP's coming in. Deadwood is probably gonna die. The Keeper actually KS the last hits like a champ, summons his trees, and gets there to push top. You know, this is the strength of this team. They have massive push potential. Tempest, Walsall, Keeper, you know, you'd see that in low-level pub games like 1500s, and like people would just go crazy, you know, like, oh my god, triple jungle, are they gonna do this? They're gonna leave a lane alone. But like, you see, with great masterminds like Gray and like Booyaka, you know, we've seen him like masterminding teams. Yet, and big ult by Keeper right here. Let's stop this talking. He's actually gonna die again. What is he doing? Or is he gonna die? Yes, he is. Corrupted Disciple, like the whole team has no HP. Hat trick coming out for Corrupted Disciple. So this push was good, but at what cost? You know, a tower, 3 kills. What do you think about that film? Well, you know, I mean, I think it's worth it. The tower is really like, it's really worth it at the early stages of the game, and we see Walsall actually filling on the initiation right there. Boo Boo falling out, actually buying some more stuff, or is he? He just brought a chicken for fun. So, Rhapsody farming bot, you know, we see Floetic, like, this is his style of play, you know. He's supporting, but he's still kind of farming a bit. I mean, you can't really blame that. We've seen like this from top support players, you know. You need money to survive, you need money to ward. Like, if the lane's free, why not? You know, just carry a TP, TP if you need to, just take the lane. Don't push it, you know, just control it. Yeah, you're right, Bricky. I mean, this is definitely great play, you know, just not wasting any XP, any gold, keeping his balls down there at bottom, and farming up. Alright, so I'm glad you actually agree with me the other day. We see Keeper getting this Invis rune, no ult, he's actually getting rooted by everyone, but this behemoth might die, you know? Keeper's scouting him, and he's actually blocking with all his creeps, but not... Oh, is it gonna be enough? No, he's actually gonna get ulted by this Deadwood. Oh my god! This behemoth actually ulted him, but his Swiftblade coming out from behind and actually picking up the kill. Deadwood might die from this spin. Yes, Tempest manning up. Legionnaire actually taunting the Swiftblade. Swiftblade's gonna fall right here to the ult from Garuda Disciple. This Tempest actually going back. He can't blink. This is too much. And you know, this Mech Frosty guy is actually picking up some major kills right here. He's actually has an Ice Brain right now. Ice Brain, Face Boots, another hat-trick coming out for him. This is unreal. I mean, he should have the Breaky CPK announcer just to say hat-trick coming out, you know, so we could hear it every time, but he doesn't have it, so I'm just gonna have to say it every time. In the meantime, we see Walsall farming the jungle. Puppet Master being pretty low at top. Keeper might actually TP and try to gamp, and we're gonna see what he's gonna do. No, he's actually gonna go buy a TP at the camp and TP out. So we see the Corrupted Disciple mid pretty low, so we're gonna see the Keeper actually going around. Gonna go around, stealth himself, summon his creeps, ult him, and hope for the best, you know. Tempest actually gonna ultimate, maybe. You know, that's his plane, you know, this... Seen his master plane is always working so far, so I don't see why it won't work right now. We see a Legionnaire right here gonna fall to Keeper ult. Oh, actually, the creeps blocking the Keeper is actually running the other way. I mean, you could blame S2 pathing right there, but that was Keeper's fault, you know, it's just kind of poor micro. You know, it happens. Oh, and we see big initiation on... Oh, big ult by Rhapsody actually cancelling! Not too much damage, but I mean, it looked good, so... Deadwood actually running through the trees, that's not fair. So... Keeper's actually not doing much right now, to be honest. Swiftblade farming up away at top, and this Corrupted Disciple is way too fast, actually gonna rush a Frostwolf Skull. Keeper's actually gonna invis himself because of his micro creeps. We need a root. Hellborn team needs a root on this Corrupted Disciple. Is actually gonna get dive at the tower, get stunned by Behemoth. Keeper's actually hitting his teammates. He's gonna invis himself again to save himself, and this Deadwood's gonna fall right here. Big micro by Walsall. So that dive at what cost? His life, of course. I see, you know, we hear it time and time again. So too many puns right here. Swiftblade is actually going for Helm of a Victim, so that's probably Helm of the Dominator or something. That's kind of weird item choice. So anyway, let's just go over the items. You know, it's 15 minutes in, a lot of towers down, a lot of gold in the game, so we can check them out. Behemoth with his Mana Ring Striders. Legionnaire is going for Souls, no Blink. That's for the baddies, I guess. And Walsall's actually debatable farm. You know, Soul Scream Rings and Steam Boots. You should probably farm a Mock on his bear. We're gonna see what happens. Rhapsody with pretty good farms gonna have a Mechanism soon. And Tempest actually picking up a Portal Key, a Grave Locket, and is probably heading out to farm his Shrunken Head. Because, you know, when you look at that, the only thing that can stop his ult in Shrunken Head is Deadwood on the other side. So we're gonna see what he's gonna do here. Yeah, you're right, Bricky, you know, and actually another disconnect right here by this Deadwood, so that might be a godsend for the Hellborn team, you know, if they can actually
Do not be hasty.
do a 4v5 instead. But they're actually gonna pause. They're gonna pause. That's not a bad. Oh, but he's actually, that might be a wasted pause because he's actually connecting right back up. So in the meantime, Puppet, you know, is actually going for a 20 minutes Alchemist Bone. So I mean, this is just, you know, a very smart pickup because the later you get Alchemist Bones, the better it is, you know. Yeah, you're right, Bricky. You know, I've been saying that forever, you know, just because it would really make no sense to only get it before 10 minutes, you know, it just really wouldn't. So Behemoth might be actually close to his portal keys and hasn't been dying a lot, been missing a lot, so he might actually been farming in the jungle. We're gonna see. And then that's pretty much it for the items. I mean, this keeper has just crap for items. He's actually going for steam boots right now, which is measly 230 gold per minute. So we're gonna see how this game like unveils out. You know, I'm pretty sure this Brown's gonna unpause as soon as he can, like the bad manner he is. We've seen it at the start of the game. He might do it again, and yes, we see it happening again right when the other guy times out. So this is unreal. You know, it's just someone should teach him some manners. And the other team, actually not saying anything about it. They're maybe Purple's a douchebag and they're happy about it. But I mean, we know Good Touch. We've seen him many times, and he's actually a pretty well-mannered player. And Tempest actually getting blocked right here by He made a big block and blinking. Big escape by Tempest right there. I mean, you know, he's head on his shoulders, you know, staying calm. That's what he needed to do. Behemoth, you know, nothing more he could have done. Use blocks. Sculpted Disciple just couldn't handle his two-patting. So we see right here the Deadwood actually reconnecting back. So hopefully for the Hellborn team, he's gonna disconnect it again. You know, that's all they can hope for. Tempest actually wanting to take over the jungle and finish his BKB, which is, I mean, justifiable, you know, because Walso's getting pretty shit items anyways, so, like, don't farm if you're gonna buy shit items. So, I mean, I can understand where he's coming from. And we see mid, like, there could be some big initiation right here. Is Keeper gonna go in? No, actually he's not. There's way too many people in mid. Way too many people in mid to initiate right there. Even though, like, you know, we see Corrupted Disciple kinda low right there, but... Oh, but this Tempest actually coming over. Swiftblade no TP. Yes, actually, no TP because he's already TPing mid, so we could see the Corrupted Disciple actually dying here. Keeper waiting to mana his Swiftblade buddy. And actually moving pretty fast, and he's gonna ult right there. I can smell it. Yes, he's gonna ult. Actually, the whole team. Corrupted Disciple going down fast. No! The Corrupted is actually not dying. That's unreal. Escaping with low life, very low life. But I mean, the whole team is dying. In the meantime, you know, Behemoth falling, Tempest blinking on Behemoth to kill him, and Corrupted Disciple escaping with the lowest life we've seen so far in this game. You know, is unreal. And Legionnaire's actually getting rooted, but big spins. And in the meantime, Swiftblade actually picking up Corrupted Disciple. So we see a pseudo-genocide, because I mean, we could see that Puppet is useless, so I mean, dying or not doesn't really matter. So we see the Hellborn team actually gonna take out the tier 2 tower in mid. This is big for them, you know. Keeper's actually working towards a Restoration Stone, which is, I mean, pretty strong, of course. So, yes, actually, Swiftblade did get the Helm of the Dominator, Whispering Helm, actually. So this is a pretty interesting initiation by Legionnaires. He's gonna die. Tempest has no mana. He's gonna have mana in 5 sec 4, 3, 3. Big stuns by Rhapsody right here. And there's the mana. There's the Puppet. Actually making big ult. Eee, this is rough. This is rough. The Keepers actually has no HP, but he's gonna get charged. And the team actually stayed in too long. This is a bad decision from them. Walso's actually getting mained up on by Behemoth, who's trying to get an ult off, but he fail block. But Walso fail micro. No, he's gonna run into and he's gonna die, getting ulted for no reason by Deadwood because he's already dead. So we can see right here Tempest picking up his Warhammer, which means he's 2,300 gold away from his Shrunken Head, which is very good. He needs it for sure. Corrupt Disciples being stuck at this pretty bad items actually now. Glowstone and Ice Brain at 20 minutes is pretty useless. He needs to finish up that. He needs to finish up that Trustful Skull fast if he wants to make a difference in this game. I mean, he has been snowballing, but now he's just stuck there. So, and we saw in the last team fight also Puppet picking up his Alchemist Bones at probably 18 minutes maybe, which is honestly, like, that was sarcasm earlier. That's terrible, you know. You just waste so much gold getting it after his team boots. But I mean, who am I? Just a 1500 player called Bricky CPK who just knows nothing about the game. So I'm just gonna not judge anyone and let them do what they want. So we'll see Wild Soul actually going for a Thunderclaw, which is, I mean, if you can't micro your bear correctly, that's probably the best item you can get on the hero. That and Savage Mace or Shield Breaker, but I mean, we're not gonna start naming every item in the game right here. We see Tempest still farming the jungle. I mean, no one really seems to care on this team. Like, everyone's happy about it, you know. And like, try main push actually getting jumped down by Behemoth right there. Rhapsody trying to ult, and we see like maybe Keeper is gonna save this wild soul. Maybe not. No, he's not. Rhapsody running the other way, and that was a pretty bad place to be for that amount of time. You know, they had time to telegraph that and actually use their mistakes. We see right there Legionnaire finished his souls and portal key, so that's a big threat right now. 20 minutes, that's a huge amount of farm. So we're gonna see how this Hellborn team is gonna get out of this hole. Not sure if they're gonna be able to, Breaky. Yeah, you're right. You're right, Phil, you're right. So we see Keeper actually getting an haste, and I mean the Hellborn team's not gonna defend that bottom tier 1 tower because it's really not worth it. You know, it's way too risky. But if they keep pushing, you know, you could easily see them pushing, porting actually, and they're actually gonna go. They're gonna keep going with no Behemoth ult. So we're gonna see what happens here. We need some ports. The Hellborn team needs some ports. Behemoth blinking in. Swiftblade's actually porting in. And Tree getting mass CC. Then Tempest with a big ult. Keeper with a follow-up ult on Corrupted Disciple. Is he gonna fall? Probably, without a doubt, actually. Maybe not. Oh, big stuns by Rhapsody right there. And the team is gonna use that big momentum to actually push. With the mana ring of Keepers and like the health regening of his team. So we're gonna see if they can actually get this tier 2 tower as well. This is gonna be big for them, you know, they need that. In the meantime, we see Puppet actually farming his Shroud top. Shroud might not be the best choice against this AoE team, AoE ulting team. We're gonna see how it pans out for him, but this is gonna be a 9-side thing for sure, because I mean we can't really tell for now. Yeah, you're right, Bricky. I mean, I wouldn't go Shroud. I'd just go Archon, straight Archons. You know, that's the best item in the game. So, I mean, I even get it on Legionnaire. You know. So, the courier is actually manning up on the tower and giving the Nullstone to Swiftblade. So Swiftblade is getting pretty beefy right here. He's gonna be able to tank more of the Hellborn's Legion spells. He's actually gonna spin on Deadwood, or maybe a big root on Deadwood. Yes, a big root and big blinks to actually decimate this team. But I mean, Swiftblade is actually manning up on this and actually killing the Behemoth player. But is he at what cost right here? Is he gonna die? Maybe. We see the Keeper right here actually using his trees to invis him. But this is gonna be a trade of kills. Tempest actually. And we see right here Legionnaire still chasing Tempest and Keeper, but nothing is gonna come out of it. It was a pretty good fight for both sides. I mean, important people staying alive, except for Swiftblade, of course, but I mean, he got some kills before dying, so that's fine. Oh, Keeper actually seeing Legionnaire and actually juking his taunt, like he's some fun, like kind of. I don't even know how we can do that, but I mean, some players are just better than others, so. We see Tempest actually finishing his Shrunken Head on the courier right here, bringing it to himself. So this is pretty amazing for the Hellborn team. Keeper's actually getting pretty damn close to the Restoration Stone himself, so their ults are just gonna be too strong pretty soon. And that's why Puppet should have went BKB instead of Shroud. Straight BKB, Shrunken Head, I mean. Sorry for the non-Dota players. Straight Shrunken would make him pretty much at least immune to one of the Keeper ults, which is more than 0. So we're gonna see what happens there. We see actually Keeper being invis with his trees in mid, Behemoth actually splitting them apart and blinking out. It was a pretty good move because it was about to get ulted and Walsall would have finished him. So Deadwood probably still has nothing. I mean, he has nothing all game. He's just got destroyed by Keeper mid. And yes, of course, Swiftblade pulling the creeps to maximize his farm. I mean, we see this all the time in competitive play. So Keeper actually backing his minions out, and we see Legionnaire actually wanting to initiate right there. That's pretty weird, and he's actually gonna get ulted by Keeper. And he's gonna melt to this Walsall, whose auto attacks actually kind of hit hard now, but his bear is getting blocked by the trees. And he's way too far now, and he's gonna blink out, of course. And D deactivated on Corrupted Disciple, so the team needs to back out right now, and that's what they are doing. But counter initiation by Swiftblade is actually gonna pick off Behemoth. But is he gonna be able to handle his Corrupted Disciple? Maybe, maybe not. I mean, Keeper's actually gonna get the last hit right here with his very oh no. No double kill, but I mean the Swiftblade just getting out of the Fender now. And yes, the Swiftblade is saying, you know, just leading his team like a pink player should do, you know, just taking the important role in the team and just like, let's do Kong, guys. And he's totally right about that. The Kongor money will actually give Keeper enough money to buy his his Restoration Stone, which is really big. In the meantime, Tempest actually getting initiated on by Legionnaire, but gonna stun out and gonna buy himself some time to blink away. Yes, he will, right here. So this is great plays by the whole team, picking out a tower, getting Kongor, winning a team fight, killing Corrupted Disciple. I mean, this is looking very, very good for the Hellborn team. Walsall actually doing some pretty decent damage right now with his pretty good farm, to be honest, and I mean that's what the hero does, but it's not as much damage as he would get from a mock on his bear. But I mean, if he's just gonna stay back and attack, that's fine. No one's actually focusing him. The big threat for the Hellborn team right now seems to be Puppet Master, who's been farming the whole game now. Actually getting some late Alchemist Bone to try to outfarm this Swiftblade, but this Swiftblade is actually killing a lot of people, you know, and being active, so I doubt that he's gonna actually be able to outfarm or outfarm it enough to carry this game. Especially without the ults on the Hellborn side, when you think like the only ult that the Legion really has is Behemoth, and he's like, he can't really land a good one because the Hellborn team actually spreads out pretty well. Then we see like some competitive insight coming out from the game, you know, the competitive player are like clearly better than me, so they're actually like pointing out that it would be a good time to push mid right now with the token just picked up, with the Restoration Stone just picked up. But right here we could see Swiftblade actually wasting the token. Maybe the team would actually go help him if he can get to spin soon, but the Deadwood's gonna help him out, probably. Yes, that happens, but I mean, Walsall's pretty close. His Swiftblade's gonna be able to, his semi-tanky build is gonna buy him some time. Rhapsody's there, Tempest's gonna ult in and ult 3 people right there, big black hole, getting a double tap for himself, and actually cleaning up the whole team except for Puppet Master yet again, who was actually not there yet again, pushing top, actually farming top. So we see right here like the big insight from Booyaka, you know, just coming out yet again. You know, like, oh, let's just push mid. So we push mid, Swiftblade goes and ganks, and actually baits them long enough so he can land a big ult and actually turn this game right around and actually probably end the game right there. So you know, like you gotta think a few steps ahead. This is like chess, you know, when you think about it. So, and we see a Legionnaire actually probably bought back right there, but initiating in the middle of everything, he's getting beat on by everyone. This is not a good plan. Actually dies, and then we see Puppet Master actually getting out with his shot, and the 3 actually killing his own team, and actually getting a major lag spike right here, and actually getting CC'd by the Puppet Master over and over again. And we see right here maybe the team, the keeper actually ulting the whole team twice maybe. Yes, double ult. He's actually burning everything he has to get the racks, get out. Actually dies, but the puppet dies. The whole team dies except for Corruptor Disciple. Maybe a root, a big root from Despair. And then, of course, Tempest is there to secure the kill. And Swiftblade finishing with the kill and actually finishing the game. GG's well played, come out. 30 minutes in, first racks, they can actually backdoor bottom easily. But the game ends right there. Thank you for listening to this cast, and I'll be casting more pretty soon. Yes, very good game.
Good game, sir.